In this video, I'll show you why the latest KLING 3.0 update is a massive improvement and how it compares to the other AI video generators. Plus, I'll share loads of awesome tips and tricks. Okay, let's get into it. So, KLING 3.0 is out in the wild, and I've got to say I've been very impressed with what I've been creating with it. I will be testing it through a wide range of categories to really show you what it's capable of. But first, let's have a quick look at what's new in this 3.0 model. We get multi-shot narratives that generate cinematic sequences and can cut between different shots. We also have enhanced audio generation with character-specific voice referencing, and we get longer videos compared to the older models. So now we can go up to 15 seconds, whereas the 2.6 model could only go up to a max of 10. There are also loads of other enhancements they've added as well. I will be using Higgsfield AI to run these tests, as they have the top video generators available, which I'll be using throughout this video to compare with KLING 3.0. I just want to note that some of these prompts are very long, so I've made sure to add a free downloadable prompts document below if you do want to test them out. So in Higgsfield, if we just go to video, we can see KLING 3.0 is there. So here you can see the different options. So we do get start and end frame, which is really nice. And here we have the option to do multi-shot, which I believe is one of KLING 3.0's real strengths. Now I've done multi-shot tests in two different ways. You can either give it one prompt and specify what you want to happen in each shot, or if you click on multi-shot, you can actually add different shots like this. And you can change the length of each shot, which is really nice. So you can have one scene that's 2 seconds, one scene that's 4 seconds, and then you give a description of what you want to happen in each scene. This just gives you a lot of flexibility, and I'll show you some really cool examples very shortly. And we also have the ability to add elements. So with elements, you can create your custom character. And as you can see, I've got myself here and two different predator characters. So you can reference different elements within your prompt, and they should seamlessly be added to the video. I'll show you some examples of that soon. On Higgsfield, you can add a maximum of 6 different shots, which is actually a decent amount of shots for a 15-second video. You can choose to have sound on or off, but I think it's just best to keep it on. And if we come to duration, the nice thing is you get a slider to pick exactly what kind of time frame you want. And here we have the standard aspect ratios, and we have 720 and 1080p outputs. So now let's do some dialogue tests with KLING 3.0. Now for this one, I actually generated this image in Nano Banana Pro. I wanted to see if I could get all 4 of the people to have a line of dialogue in this video, which is quite demanding, but I was pretty happy with the results. So here's the video.
Wow, I didn't expect this plot at all.
Yeah, it's totally unexpected. Never thought that would happen.
It's the best twist ever! I can't believe they did that.
I think it did a really good job at cutting it naturally between the family members, and what I really like is that it kept the consistency throughout the video. Now, a problem I've been experiencing, and I think a lot of other users have, is that the dialogue can drift and kind of go off at the end of long videos. So if you are doing a 15-second video and you add a lot of dialogue towards the end, then you will probably start to see it kind of going off a bit. I'm guessing they will fix this problem, but it is worth noting that you will experience this. So I guess you could do a multi-shot video and use a lot of dialogue at the start of the video, and then maybe use non-speaking scenes towards the end of the video. And here's that same prompt, but in KLING 2.6.
Wow, I didn't expect this plot at all.
Yeah, it's totally unexpected. Never thought that would happen. It's the best twist ever. I can't believe they did that.
So as you can see, it doesn't cut between the characters, and it just kind of randomly adds voices to characters, and they don't have their own unique voice. So KLING 3.0 is definitely a major upgrade in this area. And here's another dialogue test between 2 people chatting on a bench.
You ever notice ducks act like they're about to start a war?
What?
They've got nothing to lose.
I just asked if you wanted coffee.
I think that one worked really well. It has some really nice camera movements in it, and it's got that kind of comedic timing with the duck at the end. It also works really well with different languages and accents, so I actually created this image in Nano Banana Pro and prompted it with this pretty extensive prompt. So it's a couple that are traveling through Spain and they want to ask for directions. And here's the KLING 3.0 video.
Hola. Perdón, ¿cómo llegamos al centro?
Todo recto y luego a la derecha. No tiene prestinda.
Ah, vale, gracias.
Perfecto, muchas gracias.
I'm really happy with how that turned out. It was a really natural back and forth, and the camera cuts looked really good, the consistency was there, and it just felt like a really natural scene to have. So I'm really happy with that. And here is the KLING 2.6 version.
Todo recto, y luego a la derecha. No teen perdida.
Ah, veilet gracias.
Perfecto, muchas gracias.
So yeah, you can see it doesn't cut between the different scenes, even though I use the exact same prompt. And I know KLING 2.6 doesn't really have that kind of multi-shot function, but I was curious on how it would create the video. And the dialogue was very stilted and stiff and just didn't feel very natural. So these kind of scenes are where you see massive gains with KLING 3.0. And I also tested a scene in Japanese.
獅子、お呼びでしょうか。顔を上げるな。お前の金は早い。だが心が恐れている。申し訳ございません。誠心します。誓いは言葉ではない。立て。次に会うときお前の格好を見せろ。
Now, I don't speak Japanese, but it sounded pretty good to me. If anyone does speak Japanese or Spanish from the previous clip, then please let me know if they are accurate. A really cool tip I want to share with you is using an image like this. So this is a 3x3 grid image. You can upload that into Higgsfield and ask it to generate a video based on these frames. And most of the time, it works really well. So how I did this was I just created this image first of a medium close-up of a race car on a track. Then if you hover over the image, you can click on multi-shot, where it will use that image and create 9 different images from that scene. So as you can see, Higgsfield has generated these different images from that same scene, and it still keeps the consistency across each shot. Now you can choose to upscale these images individually, or you can download that full grid as one image. So I'll do that. And then I'll give it the prompt of generate the frames in sequence as per the storyboard. I'll go to 15 seconds for this one. So let's check out the video. I'm really impressed with how well this method works. Now, it might not use all 9 of those images, but it does a really nice job at cutting between those different kind of shots. And it just has a really dynamic feel to it. This could be really helpful if you're struggling to create a story sequence, then this can kind of give you a head start, and it's just really fun to play around with. So here's some versions from other video generators as well. Let me know which one's your favorite in the comments below. And here's some other examples using that same method. Now, you don't always have to use these grid images if you want to cut between different shots. In this next example here, I've got this one image of a man on a bike riding through the countryside, and I used multi-shot with this prompt. So I just prompted in what I wanted to happen in each shot, and it created this really nice video. I'm really impressed with these shots. It's kept the consistency throughout the location, the bike, the person, and it's followed the prompts that I asked it perfectly. So you can just type in what you want to happen and it will still keep consistency between the shots, but I still think it's good to try out both methods. KLING 3.0 works really well for product ads as well. So for this one, I generated this image of a woman with a KLING 3.0 drink, and I wanted to make it feel like a kind of filming at home style video.
Okay, wait, I just tried this. This is KLING 3.0. I didn't think it would taste like this. Yeah, that's actually really good. It's not too sweet, not weird. It's just clean. Like, I'd actually keep this in my fridge.
I think the video looks great, but like I said before, the end of the videos, especially with these 15-second ones, the last 5 seconds or so, the dialogue kind of goes all weird and kind of goes out of sync and whatnot. And here's some other versions with different video generators.
Okay, wait, I just tried this. This is KLING 3.0. I didn't think it would taste like this. Yeah, that's actually really good. Okay, wait, but I just tried this. This is KLING 3.0. I didn't think it would taste like this. It's actually really good. Hot too sweet, not weird. It's just clean. I'd actually creepy point out. I'm into it.
Now here's another product ad, but I wanted to add a voiceover in the background and just for it to cut between a few different shots and keep consistency throughout the video.
Bathe in the golden hour. Atomic. Crafted with the quiet power of Paris. Unleash the moment, one sip at a time.
I think that looked great. The voiceover was really nice, the camera movements work really well and just has a really cinematic look to it, and the consistency on the label stays perfect throughout. Whereas if we look at this KLING 2.6 version, it definitely isn't as good.
Bath in the golden hour. Atomic sea. Crafted with the quiet power of Paris. Unleash the moment, one sip at a time.
I'm only scratching the surface on KLING 3.0, and I will be making more advanced videos coming up, so make sure to like and subscribe if you do not want to miss that. Now let's do a test using the Elements feature. So I've added this image of someone who looks like me on stage doing stand-up, and I wanted to add in a Predator creature. So I've already created Predator as an element, and to do that, you just click on Elements, and then create new element, and you can upload videos or images of the character that you want to use, put in a name and a brief description, and then it will save that character as an element. So I'll add in this Predator, so click it and use element, or you can go at and then choose your element. So I've got Predator slowly walking behind him. A man is on stage doing stand-up comedy, and he says, "He's behind me, isn't he?" Then Predator slowly walks behind him and pushes him. So let's see how it turned out.
He's behind me, isn't he?
I think that worked really well. It's just really nice to know that you can save different elements and then place them into your video, and they should stay consistent. If you have a definite idea of how you want your video to start and finish, then definitely make use of the start and end frame. So here's an example video of that. It does a great job at moving from that start frame and then through the different scenes and finishing on that end frame. KLING 3.0 works really well with emotion. So like this video here, I just prompted it with a wizard laughing uncontrollably. And it did it perfectly. And here's a KLING 2.6 version. I think it's not bad, but the KLING 3.0 definitely has a bit more emotion in it. And here's a prompt where I said a man is crying uncontrollably. It seems to put a lot of emotion into the characters, and yeah, it's pretty impressive. And here is the 2.6 version.
I can't stop these tears. Why is this happening to me?
Now, while it's not bad, the one thing I notice about KLING 2.6 is that if you don't add any dialogue, the characters just start to say random things. Like he just started talking about stuff, but the KLING 3.0 version, it just focused on that emotion, and it will probably only add dialogue if you add it into the prompt. And here's a look at some other emotions. I find KLING 3.0 adds sound effects really naturally into videos, and I wanted to test it out with a horror prompt as horror films really rely on their soundscape. So here's a test I did with a horror style video.
You took my name.
So as you heard, it works really well at elevating the kind of horror aspects in the videos. I feel like it does a really good job at naturally adding in sound effects into the videos, and it definitely helps elevate them. So here's some more examples with really nice sound design.
Hi everyone, hope you are having a lovely day.
Now be wary with adding too much dialogue into your prompt, as I tried this singing prompt and it didn't quite go to plan.
I woke up feeling powerful when I stepped on Lego in the dark. Oh! I survived breakups with less pains than you'll never trust again. I will rise, after I will heal. After limping to fridge for something real. I'm like ice pack dreams. Tonight then you dance to the edge of my indignity. It's not hard, right? It's plastic again.
So as you can see, it tries to get through all of the dialogue within the 15 seconds, and it's just too much for it to handle. So make sure not to add too much dialogue. KLING 3.0 works really well for different types of animations, so I generated this image in Nano Banana Pro. I wanted to create a short Pixar-styled theme with a man and his dog.
Later, okay? Let's go.
And while it's very simple, I think it works really well. The consistency of the dog and the style stayed the same throughout the video, and the dialogue was delivered perfectly, and I was really pleased with the animation on it. And here's a claymation style video.
Still making too much. Did you hear the rain last night? I kept your seat warm. Good night, love.
I think that one looks really good, except for that incredibly creepy scene at the end. Ooh. Here's some other animation styles that I've tested it with.
This is what they died for. This is the adventures of Beadle and Bonnie. Traversing the frozen peaks and discovering wonders in the wild.
So definitely play around with different art styles and animation, as it seems to tackle them all pretty well. Let's have a look at some dynamic camera movements. I've been really impressed with how well it works with kind of POV style shots. So in this example here, I've got a camera mounted to an old F1 car going through the streets of Monaco, and it looks incredibly realistic. In this example here, I've got a kind of pod racer from Star Wars going through a canyon. This jet ski looks super realistic. So yeah, definitely play around with these POV style videos. And you can do these crazy flying drone style videos. So I've got one here going through a restaurant.
One medium rare.
And here's one going through a jungle and a canyon. They are pretty chaotic, but it is still an interesting style of video. And here's a quick montage of some of my other favorite shots.
Look at KLING 3.0 holding its line! 2.6 isn't backing down! This is a fierce battle on the track!
I still remember.
Don't turn around.
You ever think we're just running in circles?
Maybe. But at least we're running together.
So what are your thoughts on Kling 3.0? Do you feel like it's a big upgrade? I definitely think it is. They've still got a few things to fix, like that dialogue problem, but I'm pretty sure they will fix that soon as it's only just been released. If you do want to start testing Kling 3.0, then I've left a link to Higgsville down below. Make sure to hit that notification bell and subscribe if you don't want to miss the advanced video I'm making. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Jack, and I will see you in the next one.